And we are recording. So, if you could recap us, please.
Last time on Meadow Shesha Budgenton Random. Arriving at our hostel, we find a stack of crates addressed to us. Neil and Slick get to unboxing. I won't give you the whole list. We got lots and lots of stuff. Next morning, a little hungover, Neil sends his I Spy to the castle for an advanced recon, and barely avoids having it shot down by the castle defences. We decide to recon manually, and head up, driven by Goldie a couple of hours early for the funeral. While it's not fully open before the funeral, we're free to tourist around the grounds, and do so. Feeling the consequences of the previous evening's overindulgence, Neil has Goldie ask for access to the facilities, which is duly granted with an escort. The security seems a little primitive technology-wise, but they're well-equipped, trained, disciplined, and prepared. We do some more low-level snooping and argue at length about strategy. Orla returns to the car for a rest, which is actually astral snooping. The first thing she sees, though, is Goldie looking back at her on the astral. She pretends nothing happened, though, and Orla has a magical look around. There's rather little else of magical interest, though she does see a lot of presumably mundane guards. Back in the mundane, Orla rifles the car, to no result. She then talks to Goldie, with Clay looking on, who senses her apparent magical talent. Orla has a little chat with Goldie, who is cagey about her magical abilities. There's a stigma in Hintermousen, you see. Goldie asks permission to ascend the party, which it's given, with a healthy dose of cover story. No time for that, though. The funeral's about to begin. Orla casts invisibility on Morty and Slick, who head for the upper floors of the keep, while Neil visits the shitter again. While they're away, Goldie approaches Orla, wondering where all her friends are. She spins some bullshit. The invisible duo take the elevator to the upper levels. They appear on the supposedly restricted level 4 to see two guards who are rather nonplussed. They sneak on past. The ceremony is about to begin, so Morty and Slick again bypass the guards and return to the keep's ground floor as Father Braun begins his service. It gets weird really fast. Then Bruno appears with his entourage. Braun continues the service, and then hello, the reading of the will is going to happen now as well. He plays a Tridia recording of the Baron in his last days, who appears to be disinheriting his son in favor of something of a treasure hunt. There is what could conservatively be called a hubbub. Shit's about to get fucky. The end.
Cool. Okay, so
we didn't locate the book, did we?
No.
Negative.
No, we just found two doors. One with needed that special key or something that we had, and then there was another just big metal door or something.
Honestly, guys, I feel like we should have bought.
just for now.
Abort, you say?
Yeah.
On what grounds?
We weren't married to the idea to executing on the funeral, and new information has come to light. I look at Clay in the eyes. I'm like, Clay, we've been asked to steal Orcish culture. Is this something you want to do? Because it's not something I want to do.
Troll culture?
Yeah, troll culture.
Sorry.
Oh,
So are you talking about the actual mission that we were sent here to do?
Yeah. Morty thinks at this stage that the book being referred to is the book on troll culture, and the fact that we were commissioned in Tertangier to conduct this against a trollish nobleman in Germany suggests to me that there is another plot going on, and I'm not too sure if my personal code of ethics would allow me to participate.
I get that. But just judging from the title, it doesn't necessarily sound like that's what we're doing.
I mean, Old Trollish and Ancient Latin are very similar.
what? The counter proposal is that we just keep going ahead until you see it counted some more red flags, and then we can reassess.
Yeah,
I mean, we're on the up right now. There isn't a lot of. I strongly recommend aborting and regrouping to find the said red flags, and maybe looking at this job from another angle, maybe thinking outside of this box a bit. I don't know.
and maybe trying to find some synergies to streamline the shadow
Like with
flow.
what we did to the Alvin supremacy group, you know, like they wanted us to do the job one way, but we did the job another way, and it was a better way. Like,
What if this book is what he wanted to be presented in order to?
Yeah, do we know that? We don't, do we?
Because then someone else might take it before us.
Can we have a recap of what the actual information was given?
You may. So, the ex-Baron virtually said that all of his lands, incomes, and titles will be invested in whomever can present to Father Braun his most prized possession. And then the father will make use of it as per his private instructions. And Father Braun said that if the item is not recovered by sunset, then the Baron's son Bruno will be made de facto Baron, in that stead.
So,
I gotta be honest. I feel like we should really just put our stick in this mud and stir. I think I was mixing metaphors, but I don't know which ones.
The situation you're currently in is one of somewhat pandemonium, just so you know. Obviously, no one in the hall was expecting this, and so there is quite a bit of strident discussion going on.
his most prized possession.
You particularly notice Goldie she comes over and pats Neil on the shoulder and then says, I need to go and speak to somebody. And she heads off into the milling crowd. Bruno and his entourage have headed over to talk to someone who appears to be the captain of the guard. Otherwise, everyone else is kind of milling around. Father Braun is standing at the lectern looking apprehensive.
I want to turn around to everyone and say, I think maybe is now our actual chance. Maybe we jumped the gun before.
Yeah.
Maybe we're a bit early. Like, is now our actual opportunity? Let's give this another go. Like, just see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. With everyone running around.
Stealthy boys. Make your move.
With everyone running around bumping into each other, this is a perfect time to rifle the place for whatever we're looking for.
I don't want to go alone, but I mean, I really want to sneak back round to the elevator and head back up and have another look.
Are we still invisible?
No.
We're sat down in the crowd, aren't we?
Yeah.
I want to go up too.
All right, Neil.
Okay.
Neil, you have about distracting time.
Okay, I'm down with that, but can we suss if they're going to let everyone just have the run of the fucking place looking for the thing, or is it still going to be like all high security and shit?
How would you like to suss that?
I would like to ask Goldie, who already fucked off somewhere, if she can...
Can I quickly
did she...
Wouldn't
analyze?
the father be the guy to ask, maybe?
Can I analyze the deployment of the security I can see? Like, can I see what they're doing? Like Are they guarding entrances and exits in the hallway? Like,
yeah, currently they are. Like, everything's kind of in a bit of, like I say, an uproar. So nothing's really been established yet. No one's got particular instructions to do anything. So yeah, there's a lot of confusion right now. You haven't seen anyone sort of tearing off to go look, because I think everyone's still a little confused as to what it all means, just as you are.
All right. I'm ready to create a distraction so that you guys can do some home invadery type shit.
alright, I think probably Ola and Slick going by themselves would probably be safest, right? Like, Slick's good at sneaking and Ola's got invisibility.
Yeah, while this confusion reigns, we'll get those two up there invisible, and the rest of us, we'll do a distraction, but we can also suss out what the security arrangements are. So if it turns out that we can just fucking go up there, then let's do that when we find that out. But in the meantime, this is a great head start.
Okay.
All right, so we're doing this.
Right, as long as we're all happy. Are we all on the same page? I think we should need to. If we're all on the same page, I'll head off to the elevator and let's go.
Yep.
So are you?
I want to cast invisibility on myself this time.
Right. Same rules apply.
You might want to cast it on Slick as well. Like, he can sneak, but it's not like sneaking in World of Warcraft.
Yeah, that's true. Both of us.
Yeah. So you'll cast. Well, whoever you put invisibility on first will be with your max dice, and then the second person will be one less because of the sustaining spell.
Is that 4 and then 3?
Who's first?
That's up to you.
I'll do Slick first.
Okay, so success with a consequence.
Still haven't mastered how to conceal his shadow.
Just want to go with the same thing? Yeah, all right.
We've set a precedent, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
You're good with that, Slick?
His powers interfere with
Yeah, I
yours.
think that's fair. That makes sense.
It does make sense.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you.
Well, I take the lead. Well, no. She needs to cast it on herself first.
Same
Shadows for everyone. You get a shadow and you get a shadow.
In this case, I would say drain is appropriate. You're casting a lot of spells in quick succession, so you would be taking like level 2 exhaustion, which would probably compromise any further spells you need to cast.
Yeah, I'm gonna resist.
All right.
What is that? Mind?
The mind, yeah.
Yeah, that's 2. Come on, God.
So that's 4 karma.
Whoa, shit, that's bad.
Okay.
What does that put you on?
I am now on 2.
Oh, that's I'm right there with you.
This is why I think we should keep our hands over the abort button, so as soon as we see any signs that we're obliterating or hiding away trollish culture, then we should immediately abort.
When I was whispering resist, I assumed that mind would be your strongest attribute.
Yeah, I don't actually know how that works.
Basically, every action that you have, at least at level 1, gives you an extra die to resist.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So broadening your mind, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't have any engineer or operate, so.
There are other ones. Are those set,
Really, really
or can we
smart,
have other
but
ones?
useless at using a computer.
Yeah, they're pretty much set.
Well,
Okay.
Forward. We're going round to the elevator. I think I'd like to take the lead then if we're invisible. I want to shoot round the corner and head up into the elevator.
Okay, so I will get you to make mobility maneuver, because you're invisible and you're going through a milling crowd.
Both of us?
3 die in maneuver? Or I think it's like 4 die in maneuver.
Slick could lead as
Yeah.
a group action, if that.
Yeah, I have 0.
Easily.
Yeah, let's do that.
Sorry, I don't know what my thing is off the top of my head.
Just a
hang
second, I'm
on.
getting it up. Sorry.
Slick, you've got 4 in maneuver.
4, yeah, it's my best
All right,
one.
so we'll just roll that.
Yep. Nice. And then you roll all as 1 as well, which will be 2 dice taking the worst, which will cost Slick a karma to cover up for.
Oh, that drops me to 1. Can I resist? That'll save me, won't it?
No, it's not how this works.
No, damn it. Right, 1
No,
karma.
and that runs the risk of losing even more karma, so.
Right,
Yeah,
1
possibly
karma
could've-
it is.
We
So
possibly
you're
could've
probably-
mitigated this.
I don't know, I suspect what's happening is you're kind of like taking her hand and leading her through, because she's not quite as used to, although she probably possesses some degree of natural grace, it doesn't really work in this context, whereas Slick is well versed in the art of avoidance, ghosting. So you're able to lead her through the crowd, as invisible as you are. People barking at each other in Bavarian German around you, which makes it somewhat even more difficult to anticipate their movements to some degree, because you're not sure whether they're saying they're about to leave, they're going to go to the bathroom, or they're just going to go and talk to somebody else. Nevertheless, you're able to spin your way through the milling crowd and back over to the hallway leading around to the elevator, past a set of guards that are currently watching the hallway entrance itself. These are presumably the same guards that were at the elevator. Meanwhile, those of you that are still back in the hall, are you going to do anything?
Yeah, we're going to distract him, eh, Neil?
Yeah, we could shout in German, but it seems like everyone's already got that covered.
All right. So here's what I describe happening. Clay takes out his staff, starts to shift a little bit. A little kind of bulbous pouch forms under Clay's arm. He puts his staff to his lips, and a shrill drone starts emanating.
Is it Bagpipes?
Yeah. It's retro bagpipes.
You're going to start playing bagpipes in the middle of the hall?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Is there a particular effect you're trying to achieve? It is just all eyes on you kind of thing?
Yeah, for now, and maybe I'll use it to cast some magic in a bit. Neil, you can help out by just challenging anyone who disrespects the funeral dirge.
Right.
All right. I'm going to stand respectfully, but also kind of trying to get near of authority. They're just a step in front into the side of Clay, arms folded, I approve of this thing that is happening behind me, and who the fuck are you looking at?
This is appropriate decorum.
Yes, exactly.
What about Morty?
Morty is just sort of gonna be you know what? give me. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a while Clay is making the music. Because we're still nominally the astral order of
Aphrodite.
yeah, that one. So Morty is gonna vibe to Clay's bagpipes. Gar, could I please do a perform roll, GM?
By all means.
Gar, could you please roll 1 dice for me, please?
The one.
What's the effect you were trying to achieve, Woody?
I'm just trying to like someone will be like, oh, bagpipes. Oh, but there's a guy vibing to it, so it's not that weird.
It's the consequences. It's very weird.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll perform?
I would, yes.
Okay. Yeah, can I get 4 dice, please?
Performance master.
It's controlled at this stage, obviously.
The consequences, some weird guy just tried to vibe and it was super weird.
Well, that adds to your effect, though, really, doesn't it, to some degree? You're trying to get a distraction, you're kind of getting that. I would say in this case it's a minor consequence. It's just it's not your best work. You're not particularly familiar with bagpipes, and yeah, you could do better.
Oh well, it's all a learning experience.
Being half Scottish, for roleplay purposes, Scottish funeral dirge might be going home, but Amazing Grace is also a good stand-in.
So the general effect is that people give you a decent amount of space, and yeah, they tend to be broken out of their individual little knots where they're loudly discussing what's going on, and yeah, the whole largely falls silent for the melodic sounds of bagpipes.
Okay, I'd like to like sort of look around the crowd as if to challenge anyone to not like it, but at the same time also looking over their heads and trying to suss out if there's anything happening as regards guards.
Okay, well, what you do see is that the conversation that is happening between the captain and Bruno appears to have ended, and the captain of the guard is heading over to the guards at the hallway entrance.
One of us definitely should have tried to eavesdrop on that conversation. In hindsight.
And Bruno himself appears to be heading towards the lectern.
It's going to challenge the will.
It might.
Should someone go and talk to Father Brown?
Yes. Yeah, we already. Yes.
Because you're chummy with him, right? Now.
Yeah.
You did mention it, but then you were standing around imposing.
Yeah, and forgetting to do the thing. I'd like to go and do the thing.
Can we see anyone else who's clearly got a purpose at this time?
No. Everyone else is pretty directionless, it seems.
I take that as a good sign. All actors are in play.
Indeed. All right, so hallway. Heading towards the elevator. Like I say, there's no one in your path. So you're going to head up to the 4th floor again?
Yeah.
Yeah, can I? I'd like to kind of say to all as we're heading up in the elevator, a bit awkwardly, because turn around to her and say well, we're the new guys. This is, what's it like being a Shadowrunner? Pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, this trip in particular has been a bit stressful.
Nice.
But the money seems to be good. So
Yeah, I'm a fan of the money as well. Yeah. Not many 17-year-olds can say they've got this kind of money.
no students.
Is there awkward elevator music?
No, the Baron had taste.
You can hear some bagpipes off in the distance, though. It's pretty fucking weird.
Yeah, maybe that's it. You're like, this is really strange. But luckily, the music seems to dim as you ascend.
Oh, that's good. That's good. God, I hate bagpipes. Just reminds me of home.
Morty's disappeared. Hey, Clay, does it occur to you we just sent the 2 newbies upstairs alone in a foreign land in a castle?
I mean,
In hind-
tools
I'm
the job.
I feel like I'm going to say hindsight a lot tonight, but maybe we could have handled that better. Anyway.
I don't know. Maybe one of us should go outside with the grappling gun and get.
Okay.
You just wanted an excuse to use that.
I mean, I'm not going to lie and disagree with you.
Are you like good at climbing?
Maneuver would be the thing mostly.
I go, no.
Because like I'm like 3 good at climbing.
You're Trey good at climbing.
Try. Actually, I think you'll find.
Oh.
Okay, so the doors open, elevator doors, and yeah, you can see a pair of guards in the hallway. They're walking back towards the elevator at this point, evidently completing their last patrol.
Are they in the pretty? Do they seem very much in the same state they were when we were last up there, or are they a bit more frantic? Or
Doesn't really look like anyone's told them what's really happening at the moment, so they appear still relaxed. Though again, puzzling at the fact that the elevator doors appear to have opened again, and there's no one inside.
Duck out as soon as it opens and try and make it so that they don't notice. Or it's their shadow.
I think your favorite film is Schindler's List.
Yeah, so one of them sort of leans against the wall, remarks something to the other one, who is heading purposefully over to the elevator. But you're able to elude him.
I'd like to maybe try and grab Orla again, like I did through the crowd, and kind of shift her behind me and try and smoothly kind of walk through between them, and head round the corner, because I believe, is it third door on the right, one of the rooms on the right with the 2 doors where we're heading, round the corner to the left and then on the right.
In this case, I'll just get you to make a hide roll, and this is only really because your shadow still appears, and they are not suspicious, but they are a little alert. It doesn't need to be a group roll. You doing it will be sufficient. Slick.
Sorry, yeah, once more, I don't have the sheet up. I don't know what my thing is.
4? 3. Okay, I don't know how to roll dice. I'm going to change these ones out. I think that's faulty.
Yeah, I think you need to sack Gar as dice rolling though.
I've only gotten 1 6 so far. This is ridiculous.
So, consequence. I guess the easiest thing is at the moment, the clock that I started last session was at 2 out of 4 for the alert, so it'll just be another one added to that, where they're getting closer to suspecting something's up.
Oh, shit.
I think we should just go with that.
Oh, Fuck, I think I want to say in the group chat to everyone, kind of like, because I'm guessing I must have noticed that they've been alerted a bit more. So I kind of want to say to everyone, like, shit, guys, I think I fucked up a bit. These guys are probably going to be on their toes a bit more. I think they've spotted something.
Yeah, basically you just see the one who was heading towards the lift sort of pause, and he says something off the cuff to his companion and then carries on the way. But yeah, you get the sense that he's a little more puzzled than he had been previously. But he doesn't follow you with his eyes or notice your steps or anything, it seems. But yeah, he's clearly a little bit disconcerted. But you're able to slip past the pair of them into the hallway proper. Meanwhile, downstairs, so Neil, you reach Father Braun at the same time as Bruno does. He is a troll, like his father. Looms over the pair of you two orcs, and he has clearly either hit the gym hard or the body shops hard. He bulges out of the immaculate suit he's in. The suit is more immaculate in its brand rather than its tailoring as well. He doesn't wear it particularly well.
State of this camp.
And he has long, kind of fuzzy red hair, which reveals the horns from his head curved back over behind him as well. And he wears a pair of fancy black sunglasses, even indoors.
Are we supposed to dislike him by any chance?
Sounds like a bit of a Chad.
So, he says something aggressively to Father Braun as you approach, who just looks at him and then he looks over at you.
Does my comlink come up with a passable translation?
I guess it comes up with we need to talk.
I'd just like to say to Father Braun, we need to talk.
So he gives a nervous grin. And says to Bruno something. This is just a foreign friend. He's very influential. I need to address his concern. So Bruno fumes, and you step aside with the father.
Hey, Father. Just a couple of quick questions. One, what the fuck's going on? And two, what can we get away with? I mean, what is the security? Are we supposed to just like ransack the castle looking for an unspecified thing? Is that what's happening right now?
I'm merely a vessel, I suppose, and I cannot make up any rules that were not passed on to me by the Baron.
Sure. But just as a bit of friendly advice, if I were to walk past a guard who is standing over there by the elevator, for example, would I get tased?
So he goes to answer, and then you see Bruno step up by the lectern and start yelling out the crowd.
Well, it's up, Father.
What he says is he makes an appeal for calm. Says everyone needs to be quiet now. He repeats it in English when you don't stop playing. do you stop playing?
All right, Neil, what do you reckon? Should I stop playing, or should I keep playing and perhaps influence the minds of those around me to be perhaps antagonistic in nature?
Yes, make them think that the bloke on the lectern is a duke. Although, to be fair, he's kind of taking care of that.
Yeah, that's
I thought you said Duke, and now I realize you said Dick.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna keep playing, and I'm gonna cast Control Thoughts.
Okay, so you will need to make it area effect, which will cost you a karma to do, unless you already know the area effect version of the spell.
I've cast it as area of effect in the past. It just said area of effect next to the spell, so I thought it just always worked that way.
Not as such, but if you already know it, then that's fine. It just means that it's area of effect. You know the area of effect version.
Sweet.
Cool. Okay, it's a fair number of people. How strongly do you want them to feel this way? That will depend on the force.
Full force.
Okay, so desperate.
Yeah. And I'm gonna resist that, I guess.
Oh, is that the roll?
I didn't see a roll, but
Oh, was
Yeah, it was a 5.
Oh yeah. Well, wait. What's the consequence?
at that power level? In this case, it's gonna make them violent.
I'm not against that.
I mean, towards old mate?
No, just in general.
I mean, it may cause a distraction.
Yeah, it's going to amplify their feelings at the moment, and particularly turn them towards antagonism.
Yeah. Okay, I got 4 karma. Let's resist that, shall we? 4 dice, let's go.
You're a bit brave.
I've got better than 2 dice, so hopefully. There we go.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Shake them
Basically, the 6 shows up either in the roll or the roll to resist. So.
All right, so you keep playing, and the crowd start to bay and yell in his face. So you see him get upset, and he nods to the captain. And you see 5 other guards from outside enter the hall and start cocking their weapons.
Ruh-roh.
And you're not the only one in the hall that notices that. Meanwhile, upstairs, where are you going?
I want to go to the room with the machine in it.
Okay, so that door's locked with a maglock.
And we've got a maglock key.
You do.
You guys have got a significant distraction at this point.
I think maybe I asked Orla, do you think it'd be a good idea? Maybe we should split up. I'll try and get in this other door, and you have a look in there.
Yeah, it'd be good to try and find a way to get upstairs to the library.
Yeah, I'd like to check out the other big steel door as well.
Okay. From down the hall, you hear the guards cocking their weapons. And so you're going to use your MacLeod passkey, Orla?
Yes.
Okay, so Gar, I'll get you to roll 3 dice. Okay, so there will be a consequence here, which is going to tip the guards into alert. But the door will open.
Okay, maybe it's not a great idea if we split up.
So they're not necessarily going to know where the problem is. But, yeah.
Okay, well. Alright, heads up, you guys. I think the guards are onto us. But I'll proceed.
Alright, so the door clicks open. And, yeah, inside there is a significant room space. It's about 15 meters square almost. And inside is a sort of a packed up version of a helicopter Airstar.
Fuck.
So the tail of it's bent over the top to fit it in this particular space, but there appears to be a series of controls on the wall that presumably do something, because the ceiling itself looks like it is collapsible.
Okay, it turns out his prized possession was actually a helicopter all along. Mad at aviation.
Looks like we've got an escape plan. If we need one.
I don't know about
I remember all the anti-aircraft stuff outside.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Maybe we don't have an emergency.
Okay, this is very interesting. I want to see what's inside, if I can see what's inside the helicopter, and have a look at the panels and stuff and see, like, does it look like it's been used at all?
I mean, presumably the helicopter would be coded so that any automated systems wouldn't fire on it. So it might not be.
This place doesn't have the highest tech. I would be surprised if it's people manually shooting at shit.
Yeah,
With, like,
even if it's not
yeah.
automated, it's definitely the possibility that they would manually do something. So,
I mean, they might also like be used to not shooting at their Baron's chopper. Maybe.
yeah.
But they know it's not going to be him.
Okay, so looking in the helicopter, it seems pretty immaculate. It's possible it has been used in the past. If sort of visual is all you're kind of basing that on.
Yeah, is there any like dust that has settled on top of it and stuff?
Yeah, it is a little dusty. So clearly it's not been used in some time, but it looked, I mean, yours isn't the most educated opinion about these things.
Yeah, okay.
It doesn't look rusty.
Is there anything else in the room?
No.
Okay.
Slick.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to go for head into the. There's another big metal steel door that we still haven't gotten through yet.
Which has a combination lock on it.
Yeah. Did we get anywhere with figuring that out before in the last session?
I don't think so.
What would the Baron have? Right, I'm kind of saying this to the group, like in the group chat. what would the Baron have as a password? Like what's his? What would be his favorite thing? Heli? I don't know.
For his birthday. Oh,
When someone says combination lock, that to me says like the 40-degree dials that can go multiple rotations and then require rotation in the opposite direction.
No, in this case, it's a pin pad.
Oh, okay. Whew.
Yeah, I don't think this is something that I could even attempt to break into.
Try Bruno.
Can you look at it using magic? and
Bruno.
seeing-
Can I try and type in Bruno?
Yes. Would you like to do that?
Just,
Well, does this keypad look like, is this going to set off some alarm to my eyes if I fail?
Use your thermographic vision to see the
The
keys
patterns.
that have been.
he doesn't have thermographic
Yeah, well,
vision.
I don't know what that is.
If only there was an elf nearby that.
Elves
Oh,
don't have thermographic vision either.
Yeah,
Trolls
we only
do.
Oh,
But even then, I would argue that the heat of a fingertip,
yeah.
unless it was recently applied, is unlikely.
Can you look at it using magic and see if there's like if some there's a Star Wars book where Luke Skywalker does this using the Force. He looks
I
at a
feel-
pin pad and see and finds emotion attached to it.
I feel like I would have picked that up when I astrally checked this place out.
Yeah, I'd hate to argue with a precedent like that, but I'm going to.
This is because of Legends.
Guys,
now,
just
right?
put
They
some
should use
shaped
2
explosive along the hinges. Just blow through it.
What's that?
Morty tells them to just put some shaped explosive. along the
Wait.
hinges.
Are there any other doors that we can try before we do this? Because that seems
hold
like a
on,
nuclear option.
I'd like to know if this keypad, like from my eyes, is this going to set off an alarm if I put in a bad code, a failed code?
You got a 2 in analyze and a 2 in operate. It's like
I could figure something out.
Yeah, you could use either of those, I suppose.
Yeah, can I have an analyze on it?
Cool.
Ah, damn. Well.
So in this case, yeah,
You're pretty sure the pin is 1, 2, 3, 4.
yeah, you have no idea. This is completely outside your experience.
I think that's the worst roll I've ever done.
It's quite an old keypad, so it doesn't really line up with anything you're familiar with. You don't really see a lot of combination pads.
0.
I don't know. At this point, I feel like Slick's probably feeling a bit kind of overwhelmed right now after failing at not knowing what this is. I think I'm on the chat, kind of going back to my master, my boss here, seeking out advice from Morty. Like, well, what am I going to do now, man? What do I do? I can't get through the door. Like, these guys are going to figure out where we are.
Do. It's
I think
fine.
I fucked it up.
No.
All right.
Are there any other doors?
Yeah, there's several.
Should we
but
just
all the
start
other
trying?
doors were labeled.
All right.
Do you guys see any like windows nearby that you could maybe open?
Is Morty right? Should we just blow this door up? Is this the door that we want to get into?
What do the other doors say?
So there is servant's room, a chapel. And there are guest rooms and a bathroom.
Right. I'm saying this is high risk, high reward. What do you? Are we in it, guys, or are we not? Because I think this is the moment where we need to decide: are we going to go for this, or are we just going to back out? Because I feel like we found a bit of an emergency escape with the helicopter. Do we just blow this door, see what's up there, hope for the best, and hopefully we can get it, or are we bailing?
Is there
If
any
you-
way I can open the roof where the helicopter is? The ceiling?
Yeah, potentially operating the control panel.
You guys, is that something that I should do?
Yeah, if you can do it without setting off every alarm in the place. Hey, Clay, about that grappling hook.
I drop the grappling hook gun and like kick it over to Neil.
Okay, so there are a pair of guards that are shouldering their way through the crowd towards you, Clay.
Wait, I'm just playing, a song
Yep.
that
You're just-
respects the dead.
You're just doing your thing. Morty, can I rely on you for a little bit of, like, moral outrage to slow them down? I'm gonna see if I can climb a fucking castle.
Moral outrage, sure. So I'm gonna continue vibing, but I want to interpose myself between Clay and the approaching guards.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna hurry outside and find a good spot to grapple up as high as I can.
Okay. So you're heading out of the hall. The guards that were outside are now inside, and no one seems to oppose you leaving.
All right.
Inside, so interposing, one of the guards shoulders his rifle, points it at you, Morty, and yells at you in German to get on your knees.
I put my hands up and I say over comms, he's telling me to get on my knees. I assume I'm not doing that, right? Do you guys say right?
I think you should go full Karen and just be like, I have rights, and what are you doing? We are the magical order of the doodles, and we are ding ding the ding dang dong.
No, I think you should do what the dude says. Man, we're already at level 2 with these dudes.
Or he could fucking go full dragon, and then we'd have all the distraction we need.
This is probably on me to point out. How much karma do you have, Morty?
Please say enough.
As I recall, it's nil.
Ooh,
Yep.
fuck.
How much karma does it cost you to take Drake form?
More than
One.
nil, guessing. Okay. Listen.
So yeah, I've got this. I'm gonna say, hey guys, come on! In perfect Bavarian German. Ich bin ins shiny minister, I apologize to all of our German listeners.
Didn't you
Yeah,
say
I'm basically going full Karen. Gar, can you roll one dice for performance?
So he will take the appropriate action when faced with a Karen and strike you with the butt of his rifle.
Can I temper? I would like to temper.
You may temper.
Can you roll 4 dice for me, please? Sweet. Can I turn into a dragon now?
Yes, though you do take injury by tempering.
Yeah, cool.
So-
He
Yeah, so you're going to take level 2 harm, which is stunned.
So do I wait until the stun wears off, or?
Well, it's probably going to take some time to wear off, to be honest. So it's up to you whether you go ahead or not.
Well, I mean, like, mechanically, like, he hits me in the face and I'm stunned and I temper and I get my karma back, sure, but, like, I can't then turn into a dragon, can I?
Yeah, not
I'm-
really.
I'm stuck like a pole peg, right? Like, I'm just...
Yeah, you're knocked to the ground. It's a significant strike. He's not pulling his blow at all.
Okay, yep. So, Clay, you see Morty collapse to the floor like a sack of potatoes.
I want to finish up the song.
Okay.
Resolve the melody real quick.
Okay, well, the other guard is going to stab your bagpipe with his bayonet.
Oh, that doesn't seem very sportsmanlike.
It's not, but he's not a sportsman, and neither are you. So the air wails out of your bagpipes.
Oh, it was already finished anyway.
He points the gun at you and says, "Get out."
Oh, all right. Huff and puff. Hospitality in Bavaria.
You guys are getting a bad review on TripAdvisors.
So Bruno spreads out his hands again and says, "Please, if we will start this treasure hunt at noon, everyone, you must leave me some time to mourn my father. The father, Braun, he will stay with me and he will take my prayer. Everyone, get out."
All right, I grab Morty and I drag him out with me.
Put a stem patch on me. Put it on my face.
I put a stim patch on him, I guess.
Okay. So that will get rid of the stun.
Hey,
I'm
buddy.
being dragged out of the... I assume I'm being dragged out of the hole by Clay.
So yeah, the guards are mostly shepherding out the crowd that are, although grumbling, they are still enthralled to perceived authority.
While I'm being dragged out, I like to sub-vocalize. I'm going to be like, Clay, do we want to leave the hall?
Neil's already outside, bro.
Okay, alright, okay.
So before, I guess that all happens, we'll see if Neil can ascend. So yeah, the castle is not proof from determined climbing. It is a fair patchwork of good footholds. So,
And I've got a mean grappling hook gun.
which will give you great effect. Where are you trying to get to exactly?
I want to get up to where the roof might maybe open. So, to the fourth. I assume there's like a top bit of the roof can open. I'd like to.
Perhaps a window?
The top. What you estimate because the library's on the 5th floor, but the 5th floor seems to be a turret.
And where all around Slicker is the 4th floor?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd like to try and get to the top of the 4th floor.
Okay.
And if there's a machicolation, I would like to make use of that to get in there because I saw one on the internet and I think it's cool.
Okay.
See, now I feel like a dick because I rolled a 6 for myself.
Yeah, what a jerk. So, like I say, it's reasonably easy, and the grappling hook makes short work of the distance to some degree. Haul yourself up, and it'll just take a little bit of time before you get there. But you can see below you, people exiting the hall. Meanwhile, back inside, so you guys are made aware of what's going on downstairs. What would you like to do?
I want to have a look at the controls and see if there's a button for like open roof.
All right, so yeah, this is going to be either operate or analyze.
She said 2, yeah.
I didn't realize I was muted.
So, yeah, it seems that it's not particularly difficult to work out. There are a few controls you're not too sure what they do, but you can definitely work out the main function, which is to open the roof. Would you like to press that button?
Hold off for now. I'll let you know when I am getting close.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Cool. Slick, were you going to do anything?
Well, I'm still feeling a bit lost because I don't really know what to do. Clearly, I feel like this is the door we need to get through. None of the other doors are what we're looking for. I think I want to seek guidance from Moy. Moy, what do I do, man? Are we blowing up this door or not? Like, are we going in? What's the deal?
Man, honestly, I just threw a temper tantrum in front of the guard, got hit in the face, now being dragged out of the hall by Clay, and I'm not too sure what we're gonna do once we're out of the hall. I mean, honestly, man, just like look up, make sure you got all his back. Otherwise, just sit tight and react the best way you can.
All right, I want to take the advice from my boss man. I want to kind of maybe stand by the door and just keep an eye on Ola. If we're not going to blow up the door, guys, I'll just stand out here. I got your back, Ola. Ha!
The door to the chapel behind you opens and 2 guards walk out.
Mole trucker. I slightly poo myself.
They're still down the hallway from you, so they're not close.
Right.
Also, you're still invisible.
So do I? Have I seen them? Can I see them from where I am?
Mm-hmm. You're in the hallway.
I used to tell to group chat like we've got 2. Well, no, I turn around to Ola and say like Ola, we've got 2 people. Just do not press that button. Do not make any noises. Otherwise, we're fucked.
I wonder why they were in the chapel.
I don't know. Does that matter?
Having a bit of a pray.
Well, after explaining that to Ola, I kind of just want to be there at the door on guard, keen eyes on these 2 guys.
But were they guarding something in the chapel?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a good point. It's worth checking out. Maybe I can do that once they've left, if they do leave.
If you can get past them, then might useful.
I don't know. I don't want to risk running up behind them. I feel like it might be a better idea to see if they walk off in a different direction, and then I can just slip in behind.
Okay.
Wait for an opportunity.
If they go anywhere near that pin pad, make sure you spy on what they press.
Yes.
Lean over their shoulder. Yeah.
Yes, very good idea. So yeah, I still kind of want to stay. I'm going to be on guard. Keep my eyes peeled.
Okay. So downstairs with the hall exodus, What are Clay and Morty doing?
Trying to regroup with Neil, I would think.
So you can see Neil clinging to the side of the castle, some ways up.
Cool. All right, Morty. How do you feel about scaling a wall?
I mean, I could have just hit all those dudes inside in the face, and we could have just taken a lift. But whatever. Let's climb a wall.
I mean, we could still do that. I'm not that keen about climbing the wall.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you fall, like, it's physics. Your terminal velocity is like really easy for you to achieve with your mesh. Like, like you're gonna go plow.
Racist.
Yeah, I wasn't really thinking about that. I was just thinking that I'm not that adept vertically.
All right, let's just walk straight back inside and be really like, the Barrens, and like when someone mildly inconveniences another person and they completely overreact. Let's do that.
All right.
Yeah.
If you looking for pictures, maybe you could demand to see Father Braun, and they'll probably say no. But if they don't, that might be useful.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if picking a fight is such a great idea when there's a whole little militia going on here that we might have to.
Hey, come now. We're only split up into 3 separate groups.
Hopefully 2 soon, right?
Mm.
But if we go back in, maybe we can. Like, I don't know where Goldie went. I'm a little concerned about that. Yeah, want to make sure that the father is okay and isn't being abused or coerced by Bruno.
Wait, what do you mean Goldie left? Where did she go?
She said she was going to deal with something and then she wandered off.
Yeah.
Have I missed anything from that game?
Should have
That was
paid
what
more
happened, right?
attention to that little detail, perhaps, but I thought my chance to shine.
All right, let's just go back inside and lay complaint about the fact that I got punched in the face then, and demand to see Father Braun.
Okay. So heading back inside, there are a pair of guards on the doorway, and yeah, they have their guns at the ready, though currently not pointed at you. And one of them holds out a hand and say, "No entry." In the background, from what you can see in the hall, you see Bruno has grabbed Father Braun by the arm and is leading him around the corner towards the elevator.
On whose authority?
I call out, Father Braun! Father Braun! Please! They've assaulted me! They've hit me in the face! I am bleeding!
So he kind of turns to look, but Bruno drags him around the corner.
All right, I'm going to ask the soldier, like...
Why do you drag him away? We must talk to Father Braun. We must speak with him.
Yeah, I'll let him do the talking.
Sorry, Clay.
Father Braun is occupied for the time being. Go about your business.
This Bruno man was dragging him away. I demand to speak with Father Braun. You cannot do this. This is illegal. You cannot detain him.
Where's this accent coming from?
Morty speaks German with an Italian accent. It's just a An artifact of his education.
The Baron's son simply has gone to pray with the good father. Maybe you should think about doing the same back in the village.
Maybe
Right,
Slick.
I will not stand for it. Now stand aside, sir.
I'm
And
just
I
going
go
to
to
quickly,
push past him.
while this is happening, I'm going to say in the group chat, or maybe Slick could do the same and just sneak into the chapel and see what fucking goes down.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think they're going to be praying, and I don't think they're necessarily going to therefore take them to the chapel, but certainly.
Look,
I mean, if there are guards.
if there's an opportunity, I'll peek my eyes to the door. I'll have a little look, but am I right in still thinking, Ben? They're still kind of stood by the door. They've just left, haven't they? They haven't kind of moved away from the door yet.
They have. They're moving towards the elevator.
Get in there and hide in a corner.
Yeah, can I have just a little like walk down and have a little peek in the room just to see if there's anything interesting at first glance?
You may, and you do. So it's quite a small room. Like, it looks like it's almost half the size of what you would expect, mostly because it's full with a large altar taking up about half the space. But more important than that, and the various sort of ornaments that fill the altar and flowers and whatnot, you see a mechanism disappearing into the ceiling.
Right, I think I might have just seen something, guys. Can I now walk further in and have a much closer look at things?
Yes, you can. You hear one of the guards exclaim from behind you, back in the hallway, and you can see them walking back, not kind of towards you, but away from the elevator, down the hallway itself, basically where you were, heading down to where you were.
Right. Well, I think I want to maybe try and stay by the entrance of the chapel, whilst trying to. I'm in the room, but I'm kind of keeping an eye on them, and I want to say to all that are on the chat that these guys, hey, like a heads up, like, hey, I think these guys are heading back towards your door potentially. Keep your eyes peeled.
So what you can make out, Slick, is that the ceiling has a hairline fracture around it. There seems to be I guess a false partition kind of, or from what you saw, maybe there is an access point that heads upstairs.
I did say hidden trapdoor ceiling ladder thing. This
You
must
did.
be it.
I thought it was highly unlikely, and I stand corrected.
I'm not going to say I told you so, but
The guard heads past Orla's door towards the steel door.
okay. Keep your eyes peeled.
Is anyone in place to see that?
No.
Who would be closer to that guard? I'm guessing Orla would be. Orla, can you see what he's about to do with that pin pad?
Well, I'm in the other room.
She'd have to pop out into the hallway where he is.
Would he notice that door opening and closing?
Well, I'd like to communicate to Orla, like, yo, hey, heads up, Orla. I think this guy's about to put in the code for the keypad. Any chance you can just pop your head out and see what he's doing?
Shit.
I should have sent the ice spy up with him. It's not going to get shot down in the fucking hallway.
I should have called this castle hindsight. Alright. Neil, something that you'll need to do as well, as you're climbing the outside, is you are now becoming level with the walls that surround the castle, which are still being patrolled. You are going to need to hide.
Okay, that's not a problem. Let me just see what number that is, and that is a very high number. So get ready for a whole fuckload of dice, bitches.
Well, the consequence is fairly obvious. You will be spotted by the perimeter guards climbing the exterior of the keep.
I guess I gotta resist. Oh, for crying out
Wow.
loud. I've actually got some karma, so yeah, I might as well just burn it on fuck all, eh?
Okay, so resisting this consequence doesn't resist it all the way. It resists it down to the level of where I'm starting a new clock, where the guards will be on high alert once this clock is filled up. So that's 1 out of 4.
Mean.
But you're basically able to press yourself sort of against an outcropping of a gargoyle as you see the guards sort of come out of one of the towers, and yeah, you're able to press yourself probably in a fairly awkward position between the gargoyle's legs while the guards pass by until you're out of sight. And if you can make one more roll to climb the remainder for maneuver. Perfect. You're even able to get yourself level with... You're trying to get on the roof, right, essentially?
You need
Yeah,
the
the
grapple
roof of
for
level
rope.
4. So from what I understand, like the roof of level 4, above that, like level 5 is just a turret sticking out, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I think I'm in a useful place. And I just climbed like a motherfucker.
Yeah, so you will be out of sight of the patrolling guards unless they happen to look up.
Okay, what's our status, everyone? Are we ready for... Do you guys want to, like, come up? Or... There are guards up here, by the way. How many guards are there?
Well, there aren't any where you are. There are guards patrolling the exterior walls, but there's none on the keep itself.
Okay.
Shall we take a quick break?
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I am busting for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, good thinking. All right, so back at 10-2-ish.
Cool.
Cool. We will resume. So, series of different situations. We've got Morty downstairs causing a social faux pas. We've got one of the guards heading towards the steel door upstairs with Orla in the helicopter room and Slick in the chapel down the hall. We've got Neil, who has ascended to the top of the keep next to the turret that presumably contains the library. And Clay is down with Morty as well. I don't know if you were raising a clamour as well.
How far away is that steel door to the MacLeod one?
It's the room next door to it, so it's not far away at all.
Okay.
Maybe like 4 meters from the door.
So, okay. Do you want me to open up the ceiling, Neil?
No. Hold tight on that for now.
Okay, should I go out? Should I attempt to, like, peek at what...
If you can do it safely.
I'm not sure I can, to be honest.
Well, you're invisible. Surely you can just, just pop your head out, just a touch, and then you'll be able to see what he types in.
If
The problem with that is that the door is on the same wall as your door. So you would have a very vertical view of the keypad.
Yeah, and he would notice the door opening a bit.
Oh, is the door shut? I didn't know that. Right, sorry. I didn't know the door was shut.
Well, put it this way, he would have noticed if it were open because it was shut before.
Yeah. I guess I have to stay put, don't I?
All right, so he does head down to the keypad, and well, I don't know you're keeping an eye on him, Slick, presumably?
Yeah, can I see him from where? Because I'm kind of stood at the entrance of the church, and that door is open, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. The only problem that you have is that the church is at the other end of the hallway. So without visual enhancement, you can't see what he's pressing.
Oh man, is it worth me going back? I think it is. I feel like maybe I should be. I'm gonna try and sneak behind him, kind of follow him down the hallway, as close as I can, without obviously alerting him, and hopefully I can see what he's typing in.
All right. Well, he's already headed some way down, but yeah, you can sort of rush over behind him. It's just going to be a little tricky. So hide is what you'll need to do.
Hide. My hide is pretty high. I don't know.
It's 4 to die.
I think it is
3.
3. Yeah, not 4. 4. And the move is 4, I think.
So it'll be risky in this case.
all right,
Obviously,
we're
you have to apply some speed.
Okay.
I thought it was 4, or was it 3?
No, it was 3. Yeah.
Okay. So the consequence in this case is, yeah, he is going to hear something and stop and look around.
Well, I'm just gonna try and stay perfectly still.
Okay. So yeah, he brings up his rifle and starts walking back down the hallway. Not sure where he heard it, it seems, but he seems fairly convinced he heard something. You see his eyes flick towards the helicopter room door.
Oh.
Wait, so he's heading back towards the door?
Towards the helicopter room door, yeah.
Do the classic throw something.
No, I mean, I'm pretty light on my feet. I feel like I just want to, I imagine myself, I'm already in a little crouch position. I feel like I want to kind of just duck over to the side, nice and silent, and just kind of wait for him to finish doing what he's doing.
Okay. So you hear a voice come from down the hallway from the other guard who was walking towards the elevator. And he yells back towards them. And he heads over to the helicopter room door and opens it carefully.
Are we being?
I want to kind of right. I'm gonna
Use your shadow.
He needs to. I want Slick to be able to just kind of very quickly, just swiftly whip down the hallway behind him, and with my shadow, just do the old tap on the shoulder.
All right. We'll go for another hide, I guess.
3 die.
Nice. I was going to say it's now slightly more than risky. All right, so he is startled and spins around away from the door and can't see anything ahead of him. Brings up the gun, pointing it at the wall, basically. There's a bit of a tremor in his hands.
Is he facing away from the door?
Mhm.
And how far away is he from the door?
He's about a meter away.
Does the door open inward or outward?
It opens outward.
Okay.
Meanwhile, downstairs, so Morty was making a bit of a hullabaloo. So the guards respond to this level of aggressiveness in a corresponding fashion, and they shoulder their rifles and say, "You get out now, or we open fire."
Morty, do you want to translate for me?
I sub-vocalize, they're going to shoot me if I don't stop. Do you want me to take their guns from them?
Fucking sure.
I'd like to
There are
use
still
blur.
several other guards in the hall, just so you know.
Are they all pointing their weapons at me, or just the front two? Because I imagine the ones in the hallway are probably a little bit worried about shooting their buddies. They know about crossfire, so really it's just two guns.
They've got their guns ready now, based on the escalation, but they're not pointing them at you, no.
Like, my line of logic is this, guys, to metagame. I want to create a large fracas downstairs, and I mean a maximum revolution fracas downstairs to allow the upstairs to have an easier time of it. All in favor?
Yeah, fuck it.
You must do what you feel is
I was
right.
not
of course.
If you've like taken steps back from Morty.
I mean, sure.
I mean, how much?
Okay.
How much can you actually do with 0 karma while you're in Drake form?
I have 6 karma
He
Oh shit!
because I got hit in the face.
Okay, well, fuck, go nuts.
Okay.
Bro, this is-
So yeah, I'd like to spend 1 karma, if I may, to improve my physical ability, and I'd like to make myself as. Oh no, no. Yeah. I'd like to make myself as fast as possible, and then I'd like to try to take the weapons that are pointed at me from them.
Very well.
Is he not turning into a Drake?
Do I need to? And I can do that on my next turn when we're inside with the outside doors closed, where other people can't see what
You
happens.
want to?
So this is going to be maneuver, and it'll be desperate.
3 dice, please.
That will
The
be
only one that counts.
So how does that work? What do you do?
I would like to hit them really, like if they've got good trigger discipline, their fingers aren't on the triggers, they're just trying to threaten me. So I just want to hit them really hard, each in the hands that are holding the triggers of their weapons.
Okay. So lashing out, and their guns fall to the side, so you don't really inflict any damage on them other than enough to cause them to drop their weapons,
Correct.
which they do, falling back clutching at their hands and yelling in alarm. So there are 5 other guards in the hall who are immediately upset by this.
Try talking now, or is this...
Do I just... Clay, would you like to do anything? Are you
No, I think you got this.
How are you reacting to what I've done?
You could do some magic. I don't know. What
Yeah, I'll cast a physical barrier.
We've got a bit of lag.
Oh, really? I'll refresh, shall I?
That looks better.
Do you want a physical barrier in front of these guys to stop them from shooting at you? What are you?
I've taken their guns off them.
Not those guys, obviously.
Yeah.
So the other guards are more towards, like, there's a couple that are by the entrance to the hallway, and the other 3 are kind of just in the hall proper, away from the door. So
If you could, I'd ideally like you to take care of the guys in the long range, and I'll take care of the guys in the short to medium range. So the guys right at the back, if you've got line of sight on them, I'd love it if you could tie them up.
I can't really tie them up, but I can stop them from having effective shots at you.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'd like us to push into, like, through the doorway, close the doors behind us, and we can, like, I don't know, I could either turn into a Drake or just continue hitting them in the face lots, whatever you feel is more efficient.
All right. Cool. All right. I want to cast physical barrier on those 5 guards, but not on them, in front of them.
Okay, yep, so that will cover the 3 of them.
Cool.
4 dice.
How strong do you want it to be?
Full strength.
Okay.
4 dice, please.
Maximum power.
Okay. Consequence in this case is going to be, it will be overcast. It will actually surround the hall.
How do you mean surround the hall?
It will mean the whole hall will be surrounded by the barrier effect. So
we'll be trapped outside?
Yes.
That's not ideal. Yeah, I guess I have to resist that because that's completely counter to our objective. God, can I please have 4 dice? And no numbers less than 5. Hey, well, one of them's good enough.
That's right.
Yeah, it's all you need.
All right, so applying a little extra concentration in your performance, you're able to meld the extra surge of energy to your needs, keeping it contained. So a soap bubble of energy is formed, barely rippling the air.
There you go, Morty. There's your chance.
All right. I'd like to step into the guys I've punched in the arm and then like very much punch them then in the face. and if that goes according to plan, move so I'm like in close range with the next two.
All right. So if you do your assault,
4 dice, please go.
this is risky. The intent is to do what to them?
Like put their lights out, ideally. Or definitely like at least rattle them enough that they're not going to be much of a threat to Clay as he tries to also make way through the entrance.
I mean, you could just barrel past these guys and leave them to me.
Oh, can I? Is that an option?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then rewind. I would like to blur to the next group, and activate elemental hands, water bending, and slap them in the face instead and knock them the fuck out.
Cool. Yep. So that's all doable.
And if that's still assault, then can I take that same roll?
Yeah, I don't see any reason not to.
Thanks, Ben.
All right. So again, what does that look like?
I just want from the guard's point of view for him to be staring down his rifle at his buddies whose guns are now on the floor, and then I want him to blink. And when he opens his eyes again, I'm in front of him. And I just fucking slap him, and it all goes dark.
Cool. All right.
It's gonna return in his nightmares for years to come.
And yeah, the surge of water conjured forth slaps them both aside, dashing them to the ground. Okay. Upstairs.
What's Neil up to?
He's on mute, is what
He's
up to.
biting. Actually, I'm gonna recover the grapnel and see if I can find a way to get up into level 5.
Like I say, level 5 appears to be the turret itself.
Didn't have any windows or anything useful.
No. You've circumnavigated it, I guess, at this point. It appears to be an enclosed turret.
Well, what's the point in having like a vantage point like that if you're not going to have a sick view? It should have anyway. Okay, well, I'm not an architect. I'll just be like, I'll just say, all are slick. I need you to keep me apprised of the situation there, and when the time is right, we'll open up this roof, and I'll join you, and then we'll fucking do the thing. There's no way into level 5 from up here.
Okay, dude's still outside the door, right?
Well, what's happening now is that you hear a bunch of yelling from the guards, and they are heading down the hallway towards the elevator. Well, the sky is.
I wonder what that's about.
Okay, I think we should check out this chapel because I have a very good feeling that is our way up.
Wait, so just
The
clarify,
categories.
At this point, the guy that I've tapped on the shoulder, has he shot away now down to the elevator?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay,
Unfortunately, before he did anything with the keypad.
Yes.
Sorry, guys.
Right. Anyway, well, yeah.
Slick, can you go? Yeah, can you go into the the chapel
Yeah, I'll head back into the chapel, and I'd like to just have a nice little casual walk around, see what else, see what's going on in the room.
Hey, Slick, instead of maybe letting that guy go and hassle us, maybe you just grab him, ambush him, and interrogate the code out of him.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean,
Just throwing that out there. I don't know. What do you
well, Morty's already kicked off. Morty's set everybody off, so I don't know. Are we gonna like Ola? Are we up for this?
Just before we go doing that, can you just keep an eye out if there are any windows that are openable or smashed at a pinch, smash through, or let me know, because I am just above you on the roof.
There is a window in the chapel.
Is it?
It's a nice, it's a nice stained glass window.
Oh, hell yeah!
It's probably a few centuries old.
I'm just saying that if you're going to be swinging through that fucking beautiful stained glass window, it better be at the most epic time.
My thoughts exactly. I need to burst in, do the superhero landing with a gun in the other hand, and then gun down like 3 dudes to justify it, right? Okay. So I'd just like to suss out exactly where that is, and I'd like to position the grappling hook on a piece of architecture so that if it comes down to it, I can do something extremely sick.
Okay. Yep. Easy enough done.
All right, snope out the chapel. See if there's any hidden buttons or levers or.
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking Clay might be right. Are we gonna grab this guy? Maybe we can get the code. Is it like? Do we know for sure that the chapel is gonna go where we need to go? Like that key room clearly is important.
It looks like it goes up, and up is definitely where you're wanting to go.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
So the helicopter room probably goes up as well.
Presumably, I can see where there are opening bits in the roof, right?
Yeah, like it doesn't. Clearly, it's been modified from its original medieval days. There's the glint of metal underneath several sections of it.
Didn't they have like trapdoors for helicopters in the Middle Ages?
So I'm assuming that the trapdoor just opens up into the air. I mean, not the roof of the ceiling of the helicopter room.
Well, I guess based on your understanding of the spatial arrangement, at the moment, the helicopter itself would fly directly up into a section of the turret, which clearly can't happen.
The turret moves. Right?
Should I press the button?
Let's put a.
Right. Can I go into the chapel and search the chapel room? Yeah.
Press
see what you can find out.
Okay.
In your heart.
Looking for what exactly?
Well, I'd be looking for sort of maybe a control pad that is for this little up and down device.
You don't see anything like that. Everything looks pretty medieval in here.
I'm like standing with my finger poised above the button.
Can I quickly assess? Are there any? What does the room look like? Is there any sort of objects that are a bit out of place?
No, it is full of different objects, any one of which could be some secret hidden lever.
You got 2 and analyze, my dude.
Well, I've only got 2 dice. I thought I might be able to figure out more just by seeing.
You still you're not gonna a roll's pretty safe in this scenario.
Right, there's wouldn't be any bad consequences. I only
yeah,
got 1 card.
the bad consequences. You don't see anything.
All right, well then, yeah, I'd like to analyze the room, see if I can figure anything out.
Okay.
And just like that, it became McVick.
So what you can see is that there must be a trigger for this particular mechanism to happen. But it's not a mechanical trigger. It seems to be an electronic trigger, and you don't think it's in this room. There's no. This is particularly well disguised. There's no real room for any setup like that.
Honestly, what I'm thinking is that the button that Orla has makes all this shit happen.
I think the same. I concur, Doctor.
Good. Now what should we do about it?
Okay, I press the button.
There we go. Okay, so the floor kind of shakes, trembles a little bit. The ceiling above splits open, and Neil, the section where you are, probably about a third of the turret retracts laterally into itself, which is allowing space for the room below to ascend. Basically creating a large helipad balcony with the helicopter on it. But at the same time, there is a wall that's revealed by the turret retracting, which has a door in it.
Yeah, I'd like to check out the door, please.
Nothing happens in the chapel, though, just FYI.
Yeah, I'll just fucking double time it over there and suss this door.
All right, so door is not locked. It's a standard door and provides access to the library that Orla scoped out astrally before, which is on the interior of the rest of the turret in that kind of octagonal shape.
As I approach the door, I'm activating my chipped reflexes and I'm readying a gun.
The door itself is actually one of the bookshelves as well on the interior.
Yeah.
Did I also ascend with the...
You did.
Okay, all right.
Oh, hi.
You also hear yelling from the guards patrolling below.
Just a heads up, boys. Shit just got fucky. I'm heading into the library now. Orla with me.
Yeah, I follow.
Kitty?
I don't know if she's been fed, so... Okay. So, as mentioned last time, several bookshelves line the walls, but there are also a few piles of books on the tables. There's even a few on the comfy chair that's in the library.
I want to cast Detect Object.
Cool.
I want to try and find this book as soon as possible.
Are you maintaining your invisibility spells?
I feel like at this stage, it's probably not necessary for me.
Cool. All right.
But Slick
Um,
will probably still. I don't know. Up to you.
Yeah, that might be handy, thank you. I feel like if I can stay a bit hidden still, I might be able to be in a good position to surprise people.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So you drop that spell, which gives you back a die, so you'll have 3 if you're maintaining your invisibility as well. Where you are now is not particularly dangerous to cast that spell. Detect object.
Maybe I'm not worth it.
You've still got a relatively high hide roll, don't you? So
Is that slick?
yeah,
Me? Oh.
yeah, your hide roll's quite high. So
Oh yeah, I've got 4 dice. Yeah, so I should be fine. I don't. Maybe it's
Yeah.
not worth risking for me. I'll be all right.
What do
Are
you
we-
have? Can you see places you can hide?
Oh no, I've got 3 hide but 4 maneuver. So I mean, I should be fine.
So are we rolling to cast Detect Doodle?
Yeah, I'll drop the invisibility.
Okay.
So then that's a 4.
Christ.
Oh.
Okay. So the consequence in this case is you're getting a confused signal. There's a couple of possibilities.
Well, that narrows down.
get them all.
Yeah, I don't think I can afford to resist that.
Alright, so there is
I can hear you scrolling, whoever that is.
that's me, I'm scrolling.
Very aggressive scrolling.
I'm looking for something that I know is here somewhere.
I just need to duck up for a second.
Dramatically. Alright, so where's the thing I'm actually looking for? But you can see that there is a book on one of the old book stands which you're getting drawn to. Would you like to go and grab it?
Yeah, I'll go and have a look at it. We have a description of what it looks like, right?
You do.
Yeah.
So, this is what the book looks like. Thick, with wooden covers held shut by a bronze clasp, engraved with the title, Pandemonicus Faustus, and subtitle, Collectania Occultica. However, there is no sign of the frontispiece depicting Asmodeus.
So, this isn't the one. There must be 2 that look similar.
As you pick it up as well,
Uh-oh.
you see a figure resolve itself in an astral manifest form, so it's partially transparent. A feminine figure surrounded by whirling flame. It seems to be Goldie's resonance.
Classic.
Fucking knew it.
And she says, so, we all have some secrets.
I mean, you do.
Hmm.
That's apparent. What's the story, Goldie?
I'm seeing this too, right?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I have worked for the Baron for many years, since he took me from my family as a child. I have my own reasons to be here, but I find yours to be a little flimsy and coincidental. Unless
I have no
Order
idea what you're
has some
talking
interest
about.
in holding these lands.
Okay, look. Neither of us were very clear and open with each other, obviously. We trusted you.
How dare you?
I thought you were my friend.
I didn't entirely lie to you, but there are some truths that I elided. I'm not just a tourism guide here. I also have run the intelligence work for the Baron ever since my graduation, which he was kind enough to pay for. However, I think we can align in the common purpose. Neither of us want to see Bruno enshrined as leader here. He doesn't deserve it. I was more of a child to his father than he was.
So I assume you want the thing.
To be fair, we have no horse in this race. Bruno's a fucking dick, but it's no skin off our asses if he becomes the Baron of the Baronial.
No, because we're
But-
getting...
We are prepared to help you in exchange for your help, because we are nice and also mercenary.
Well, what I propose is this. I can tell you where the real book is, and I can tell you how to get to it safely, provided that you allow me to present it to Father Braun. And then I will let you take it.
Okay.
How do you know that he's not going to take it when you present it?
He's our mate.
Yeah,
And
but he's under orders.
Yeah, and our friends here in Germany never betray us under orders, do they?
Also, do we have the thing that we're supposed to be leaving behind?
No. He's under orders to fulfill the.
That's true. They only said to
Well, isn't it?
present it.
So that's how you do that. You present it to Father Brown.
What were the instructions for leaving the village?
To just leave it in the castle, basically. Ideally, it didn't really say to put it where the book was, but put it somewhere where it was.
Who's got the valise on them? Who's got the valise at the moment?
I don't know. Who had it last?
If
All
I
of them.
can, in that case, if she was going upstairs, it would make sense for her to still have it.
We need to make securing Father Brown's safety a priority
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah, and also, how do I know, Goldie, that I can trust you and that you won't lie to me again? Because, past experiences when you lied before.
I'm placing a fair amount of trust in you as well. I feel like we both have little choice at this stage. If we cannot recover the book, which I cannot do alone, then Bruno will be made Lord. And you will probably not leave with what you're wanting either.
Amanda, you have a very high Intuit score.
They
Yeah,
might be used for something.
You could assess, see if she's lying.
How much are we getting paid for this job?
I think it was about 13 grand each.
That,
I mean, I've got a 3. Yeah, okay. I'll see what she's
So
about.
we need to negotiate a price with Goldie because we're not getting paid a literal kingdom's ransom for the.
Yeah. I mean, if this all goes ahead,
Is Gas signaling something?
do we?
You re-rolled the 6.
If I scratch your back, will you scratch ours?
Well, you just rolled a 6, and you
I did.
haven't let Ben.
Yeah, I wanted to know her true intentions and see if she's lying or not.
She seems to be genuine.
Yeah. Well, Goldie, if we're going to help you inherit this castle and the power and riches, surely there's a way for you to, thank us all for our efforts in this. I mean, we're kind of helping you out here. Is Neil just standing behind me doing this?
I mean, we got to be talking about knighthoods at the very least, right?
Yeah.
What is it that you want?
Someone just said knighthoods. That's what I want.
some sort of official recognition and monetary.
Let's not go official. Let's
Monetary.
Let's keep this in shadows. Yeah. Cold hard cash.
Yeah, actually, I'd like for you to not mention the fact that I was here doing this at all. And just, monetary.
Plays all about the legend.
And honestly, I'd like my name to be off of this particular record.
But there's a troll downstairs who's keen.
Oh, but Clay would like to be, the bard of the, I don't know, the legendary bard written down in history books.
I think your purpose is becoming more clear every time you speak.
That's the impression you get? I'm getting more confused.
I suspect this is already a paying position for you.
We're tourists.
Once I have control of the castle, I'm sure I could offer you whatever I happen to have access to in liquid form. What would your fee be? What's your going rate?
Maybe it's a good time to roll and shoot. No, that's dumb.
Guys?
Yeah, this is for us experienced Shadowrunners to answer. Hey, Morty.
Yeah, like,
Should we? I mean, this is a simple matter. Should we just say, let's take it in low. We just say, look, 10k, and fucking you never see or hear from us again.
It's probably at this point that I should remind you that the guards outside are alerted to the fact that something's happening at the top of the tower, and this isn't happening in a bubble, which is also worthwhile heading downstairs to Morty and Clay.
Oh,
All right, can we decide on the specifics later? It seems like we're in a bit of a time crunch here,
let's
Goldie.
just get this done and not get murdered by guards, right?
Yeah.
Very well.
Okay, shake her. I reach out to shake her hand. Oh, wait, can I do that? Because she's a thing.
Yeah, you can.
A gesture.
Yeah, you can kind of.
Don't
do
help us.
Yeah. We tap feet.
Okay, so hang on, let me just check. So she says there is a secret access point in the closets at the end of the hall, which will take you down to the 3rd floor. The Great Hall, which will allow you to avoid the elevators, which will still surely be guarded and monitored. The book itself is in the Baron's chambers on the 3rd floor.
And what are you doing up here?
I was watching you.
Is there a stealthy way to get from the 4th floor to the 3rd floor without elevators?
Yes, the closet, the secret chamber, will take you down.
Hey, Slick, do you want to try and figure that out?
Okay, sorry. Is the access way into the secret place only on the 4th floor or from the 4th and 5th floors?
It's on the 4th. 5th floor is only
Right.
Turret.
where the helicopter is now and the library.
So I assume the where the room was before, we can't access that now because it's now flush with the top.
That's right.
Yeah, okay. Hey, Slick,
Yo,
find that closet and get down to the 3rd floor.
right, I'll get on that. I'll shoot out and head into his chambers.
Okay, so back downstairs with Morty and Clay. Morty, what are you doing? Most of that stuff that's happened upstairs wouldn't have happened in the space of you knocking these guys out.
So I got the 2 guys behind me knocked out. Clay's inside. How are you looking, Clay? I'd like to wait and see what happens with Clay and the 2 guys.
Well, the other 3 are behind his barrier, which they fire at to little effect.
Is ricochet a factor in there? Or did the bullets just stop dead and float down?
I imagine maybe they'd ricochet if they've fired it in a bleak angle or something.
Yeah, I see them more probably just crunching up and pattering to the ground, bouncing like they don't just ricochet off the shield. They break apart or flatten out.
All right, so I've got a choice of either talking to them or just running at them and kind of trampling them a bit. What do you reckon, Morty?
I think we're past the point of words.
You would say that. I mean, my assault is as good as my influence, so yeah, I'm just gonna run at them and just clothesline them with my staff.
Okay. Go ahead.
3 dice, please.
All right, so consequence there is they will be able to fight back. You're able to pick your target in this case so that you're only sort of fighting one at a time, at least in the initial set. Because it's possible to kind of use your shield to keep the other 2 at bay while you're fighting one, if you like. But yeah, in this case, the consequence is going to be you're going to be struck back. They're going to be fighting back.
All right, that sounds like a cool story. I'm not going to resist.
Okay, so in this case, it'll just be level 1 harm, which will be winded. as you get kicked in the guts, but you're able to smack this guy to the ground with your great size.
You step on him a little bit too as I go over.
Morty?
Alright, if I see two guys attacking Clay, I'm gonna quickly like dash back down, and whoever hit him is gonna get a moist fist to the face.
The one that hitting him was the one he was hitting. The other two are being kept back behind his shield.
But wasn't there another guy?
There are 3. So you've just knocked down 1, there's 2 left. There were
Okay.
5 in total in the hall.
Okay, in which case I say, Clay, drop the shield.
All right, I dropped the shield. Are they
right.
done firing? Do they need to reload or?
No, they still have their guns ready. They just weren't shooting because of the shield being up.
Okay, is it going to be obvious when I drop the shield to them?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to time dropping the shield just as you're about to hit it. All right, Morty? This is a team
Okay.
action.
Okay, I've got
Team
this. I've got this.
I can see what the consequence is going to be. Okay.
What
I
could
get
possibly go
shot.
wrong? Nope, I don't think that was going to be the.
Well, that's not as funny. All right.
It's not the
Okay.
first thing that's going to happen, I think, is the issue.
I briefly thought about backtracking and playing this safer, but fuck that. Let's go with it. All right, let's do it exactly as you said. I'm going to run at it, and I'm even going to jump. I'm going to jump before hitting the barrier so that I come down at the guys from the top, death from above.
Okay. So do your assault.
4 dice, please, guy. Resists.
Good thing you tempered.
Yeah. All right,
4
so
dice,
do
please.
resistance. So you don't bang headfirst into the barrier just before it drops.
Yes.
Nice.
Nice. See,
Nice.
for a millisecond, you think your timing is slightly off, but the barrier evaporates just in time. And yeah, you slam down amongst the pair of them like an avenging angel. Their guns failing to track you in time. What happens to them?
Like, just like, I want to slap the guns out of their hands with like a downward stroke, and just in the most passive aggressive way possible, knock them back with the backhand, knock them out with the backhand.
I don't know if you can call that passive aggressive.
That's quite aggressive.
That's actually explicitly aggressive.
Contemptible. That's what I
Okay.
want to communicate that I think that they're beneath me.
Contemptuous, I think, would be the way.
Yeah.
Not contemptible. If you do it in a contemptible way, then they're showing you contempt.
I know how to words good.
Okay. So Slick was visible now. Am I right?
Yeah.
Cool. What were you going to do?
Wasn't I going to go? I was going to head on into the into his chamber so I could find the secret passage. That was the idea, wasn't it?
Yeah, head down to the closet. So there is the guard heading to the elevator in front of you. He's got his back to you. Do you want to just sneak past him and head down the hall towards the closets instead?
I think I've got an ability. Can I like cast? Because he's now heading in a different direction to me, so his sight is not on me. I can. I kind of want to use my shadows to soften my footsteps as I run around the corner into the next room.
You want to use your spell Traceless Walk, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously, as it would appear in the game, I imagine it. It's like as if
Traceless Walk.
my feet are cushioned by my shadow.
You leave no traces moving across any surface that will bear your weight. Your feet make no sound against the floor. You don't trip ground vibration or pressure sensors.
Cool. Yep, that's easy enough to do.
That is cool. How many dice, please?
None. It's just an effect.
Sweet.
So yeah, you make no sound at all. It's very eerie. Even to you, the sounds are dampened down, almost stolen away by the shadow. And you make your silent way down to the closets. And inside which you can see there is now that you're kind of looking for it, you can see there is a device embedded in one of the walls. It's semi-disguised, but you're able to pick it out.
Would I know what it is? How to use it?
Yeah, it's basically a lever built into a porcelain box.
Pull it.
Well, I would like to go and pull this. Activate this lever.
Okay, so the floor collapses down. Revealing a ladder in a dark gantry heading downward. It looks very old and rickety.
A letter.
A ladder, sorry.
Oh, a ladder. Oh, right. Yes. Well, I may as well head down. Does it look safe enough to hold my weight?
Yep.
Sweet. Well, yeah, I'll head down. Up or down, is it?
All right. So
Goes down.
yeah, it takes you down to the third floor, and you're coming down into basically another closet. So these are just filled with linens, essentially, for the guest rooms. It almost matches the one that you've headed down from.
What can I make my way through? Open up the closet door.
Yep. So you appear in another hallway, again identical in shape, although the carpeting here is nice, like burgundy red, trimmed with gold, and the accoutrements on the walls a lot more fancy. This is clearly where the Baron spent most of his time.
Sorry, just while this is going on, we are currently cut off from the lower levels.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, while Slick's doing this, I'd like to head back out the door to the roof and over to the rope positioned by stained glass window.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I asked Goldie what's behind the door, the one that we couldn't open.
She says that is the security room. It enables access for the chapel entrance to this room.
Right, okay.
Hola, should we back Slick up?
Yeah, for sure. Goldie, do you want to, are you coming along for the ride, or are you going to hang back?
I will further the distraction that's happening downstairs.
Yeah, I'd like to let everyone know that I'm actually, I reckon we found it, guys. This looks fancy as fuck. This is where we need to be.
Okay. I'd like to gather up the rope, carefully judge the correct length, and say to Orla, "You ready for some Luke and Leia shit?"
Should I jump up on your back?
I think that Luke Skywalker did it slightly more stylishly.
He didn't smash through a window though.
Wow, good point.
Or are you doing like a fireman's carry?
No, just hold on. We're gonna swing.
Oh,
This is
okay. All
gonna
right,
get-
like I'll cling to you like a koala bear.
Close your eyes. This is gonna get smashy.
Okay.
And I would like to. I assume this is gonna be a maneuver, but I'd like to push. Is that 2 karma?
Yes.
Yeah. Why have one person risk getting cut to shit by glass when you can have 2 people risk getting cut to shit
Yeah,
by glass?
makes it cool as shit.
Hey, look, risk is like obviously foremost in my mind, but looking extremely cool, it's up there.
Go ahead.
Okay, so 2 karma gets me an extra die.
Correct.
Yes. Come on, boys, don't fail me now. Oh, thank God.
Nice. So you hear yelling from the guards below as you descend, and there's a burst of gunfire. It's smacking against the stone, and you swing out and pendulum back, smashing through the glass as you hear gunfire rippling overhead. And
Explosions.
and the glass erupts, sprinkling through the room and knocking over several of the different shrine elements and the great cross crowning the altar. And yeah, you cause a fair amount of devastation in the chapel as you roll up from the ground.
Sorry, wrong button. Landing in a superhero pose, of course.
Of course. Anything else you want to add?
Oh,
It's just being revoked.
as we're both in the Superman's pose, like shards, like very small shards, fall around us like glitter in all different colors from the stained glass. It's very badass. Oh, we can hear the same sirens.
Yeah. The other thing that you hear from outside is some more gunfire, but it's coming from a little further away than the bounds of the castle.
All right, Neil, should we make our way to the? Is Neil going to fit?
Yeah, he'll fit.
Okay.
Had to accommodate the Baron after all.
Oh, true.
Hence
No
why
offense.
it's-
No offense, Neil.
Its rickety appearance is probably somewhat belying as well. Although it doesn't look like it's used often, obviously.
All right, I guess should we head towards the thing as well, and go downstairs?
Something that you notice, Slick, is that the door, which presumably is to the Baron's chambers, opens up, and you can see Bruno's entourage stepping out onto the hall. There are 3 of them, an orc, a troll, and a human, and all of them look like they potentially attend the same gym / steroid enhancement as Bruno himself.
What's what's the lighting like in this hallway? Is it very bright, or is it kind of like dimly lit?
It's pretty dim, yeah.
Okay. Have they been alerted to me at all?
No, they've just casually sort of walked out and they're hanging out in the hallway, idly chattering to each other.
Well, I feel like I want to just kind of hide away in the. I'm still in the bedroom, aren't I?
Yeah, you're in the closet.
Yeah. Well, I just want to keep an eye on them. I'm just going to stay here, wait for Neil and Ola to get back to down to where I am for backup. I don't think I'm ready to have a hop at these guys. I'll just keep an eye on them.
Cool. What about Morty and Clay?
Have we neutralized everyone?
Yeah, I think we have. Sorry, got a little bit carried away there.
Yeah, it was good work.
They're all gonna live, right? They'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Elevator?
Yeah. Let's
After
go.
you? After you.
No, I insist.
No, please, no. Please.
I think this is a perfect time to cliffhanger it.
Cool. Yep, as you call the elevator, but it appears to be called away somewhere else first.
What?
And yeah, we will we'll leave it there for now
Cool.
and conclude next week.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Good show. Hello. Good
All right.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Cool.
See you guys next week.
See ya.
See ya.